Oh, are we on the air? Alrighty. So I've been out here working, and I actually had to stop in order to grab my tripod to get this good show on the road because I see the sun is coming up very quickly. So I'm gonna have to be moving pretty fast. And I've been moving stuff around as I been setting up also. So hello YouTube. I am GMama Growz, and this is my weedy pop-up where I pop up in my garden and turn on my camera and show y'all what I got growing on. And today is a watering and yeah, y'all know I am not a professional with this camera work, and I thought I fixed this, so please excuse me one good time as I figure this out because this don't make no sense now. I was just using this thing. But anywho, we gonna just ride with how it's going right now. But made me lose my train of thought. I got my fertilizer out here, and today's fertilizer is my seaweed kelp. And hopefully somebody comes in and lets me know they can hear me. I can see myself, and it says that I am live. So let's grow. And I guess I'm going to start. I wanted to start up here, to which I think I still am. So let me spin y'all around. And I got extra water out here. Okay, well, I guess I better hang on to this until I get finished. Because, yeah. And hopefully, there we go. Now it want to act right. All right, I'm getting the hang of it. Yeah, I'm getting the hang of it. So let me grab my watering wand. And I hope it's not tangled up. And I'm gonna go down to the lower plants first because I had to take them off the porch. And I see the sun is coming up, so let's grow. Let me check this chat real quick. Good morning, I hear you. Thank you so much, Pescatarian Gardener. Thank you so much for scrolling through. I appreciate your time. I got my seaweed kelp mixed up right here, and I'm going around, and I'm about to start watering and fertilizing at the same time because I didn't come out here and water yesterday, and I noticed that my plants are drooping. So in order to combat some of this stress for today, because it's supposed to be getting up into the 80s, I'm going to water them this morning. And I'm trying to grab my hose and stuff because I got to come down here. And I just started this bag. It's going to be some potatoes. Whenever this water catches up. But this is going to be my second round of potatoes right here. These are the all blue potatoes. I didn't put any Clancy in here this time. And over here, I just put some seeds in here. I can't recall what that is. But this is a bean seed. I'm thinking it might be a red noodle bean that I put in here. Because this pot was pretty much bare. And I just re-amended the soil. And the main plant in this pot is my white currants. And surprisingly, there's still a couple hanging around on the tree. So with this fertilizer, I'm not intending to hit my leaves, but it's weak enough that I can. But the soil is very dry because, like I said, I missed the other day. And I changed the head so that it's a showering spray. That way I don't have to keep stopping and yeah, trying to for my tender plants. This is my pineapple mint that's finally had a chance to spread out. And I think I'm gonna harvest it one more time before it goes to flower, because it's looking like it's about to go to flower. And I see some people are scrolling in here. I see 15 watching and 2 thumbs up. If you have not clicked that thumbs up to let YouTube know how you feel or down, please do. It helps support the channel. Thank you kindly. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. I like that orange jacket. Love it. Thank you. Wherever that was at, orange jacket. Look at her. I see you. They always come up here when I'm fertilizing and drink out of my fertilizer. Like, no, that is not what that is for. So yeah, that's another reason I need to hurry up. I need to water too. Yes, Miss Alice. Don't hurt the harvest. Thank you for scrolling through. Makes sense. I have a lot to do in the garden once I get off. Yes, fertilizing is a must because of the rain. Exactly, pescatarian. Because once it rains, which it will be raining tomorrow, I'll be back out here again on Friday doing the same thing. But I use a different fertilizer, if you will. So because I'm using kelp today, I might use fish emulsion on Thursday. And if it continues to rain after the fish emulsion, I'll come back out with compost tea, just like I'm doing right now. Because these containers, they dry out fast, especially now that it's heating up. Right now we are in the 60s, high 60s, and we're supposed to be getting up into the 80s. These plants in this container that I'm watering right here, I forgot what I just sowed, some small seeds right here. I'm thinking it's some type of herb. This is my comfrey, to which I'm probably going to dig out a root and put it in another pot, because I did start another pot for some more comfrey, because I'm going to get a whole pot of comfrey going along with these onions. These are millennium onions with a purple flower. And oh, I was in the chat. Let me get back in here right quick. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Miss Shirley OG Gardner, thank you for scrolling through. I appreciate your time. Mike's Chaotic Gardening, thank you for scrolling through. I appreciate your time. I know you getting ready to go night-night. Smash that like button. Thank you, Miss Shirley OG. Good morning, everybody is speaking. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Okay, I'm walking backwards, so I got to kind of pay attention. But this pot right here has some tree onions. I just put some corn in here, and I foraged that stick looking thing. So I'm hoping that it'll leaf out. And what that is a service berry that I thought was a crab apple. It had fruit on it, and once I opened the fruit, I noticed that it wasn't a crab apple. So I did more research while I was walking, and yeah, I stuck it in a pot. So if it comes back, that's exactly what that's gonna be, is a service berry. And I took enough that I could make 2 cuttings. So this is one of the cuttings, and the other cutting is on the other side, from 2 totally different, because there were a lot of those plants out there. And then here comes, yeah, I see y'all. What's growing on here? It's too early. And this one is very territorial. Chases off all of the other strays that come along up here. To which I can't control that. Oh, this is my black cohosh. I don't remember, but I did put some more seeds in here also. And it's getting new growth, but I still do not see any flowers. And this is the third season for this. Good grief. This is the third season for this plant. So I'm hoping it flowers because I really want this pot, because it's a big pot and I got a tree that I can put in here. This is yarrow, and I think I've harvested it again so much, but this is one of those plants that you can chop and drop. In case, I don't know if anybody knows that, but I cut these leaves and I chop and drop them like I do my comfrey and my borage and things, and keep them in the pot while they're young. But because I do chop and drop this plant so much, it has not flowered. And you pretty much chop and drop it the way you would any other plant. You cut the leaves, but do not cut the middle of the plant where the new growth comes out, and it'll keep on producing these leaves that are very great for you and your plants, because I've harvested enough for tea and chop and drop at the same time. So as long as you keep harvesting them, they'll continue to come back. And this is my raspberry ground cover, my Arctic raspberries, Beta and Sophia, and some strawberries that I started from seed right here in this cup. Yeah, because I plan on putting more strawberries somewhere. Where? I don't know, but they're going somewhere. And this pot is going to be where I'm going to start my comfrey. This is a lily pot where I had lilies that I left over the winter. Oh, and I'm caught in a spider web. Urgh. And some more miscellaneous bulbs that I found. I put them in this bag also. I'm not sure what type of bulbs they were, but yeah. And so far I've seen the pink and the yellow with polka dots, but I have not seen my red ones. Like, I don't know, maybe they did not come back, and they were the first ones out last season. I see some more people have scrolled in, and the sun is coming up fast. I gotta move faster. Scrolling in the chat. Wait a minute, hold on, let me see if I can. There we go. Ta-da! Because what is going on? Is this a new channel, Miss Kiki Sato? Good morning. Thank you for scrolling through. I appreciate your time. I got to scroll back up, y'all, because I got distracted because I had a comrade that was not in blue. Scrolling in the chat. I am good. 59 degrees. Yes, Miss Shirley, it is almost 60 here. That's why I jumped on out here real quick. And it looked like my hibiscus is ready to flower. I can't wait to see what colors I get out of here. This is the hibiscus that I were cross-pollinating. They said the red would be the most dominant, to which this is the red leaves. So the other ones should be just different colors, to which I'm excited. And hopefully Growing with Hudson come in here this morning, because she gifted me this passion flower and it has taken off. Yes, it has. And it's producing little babies down there. Yes, it is. So, yay, passion flower, let's grow. I had one before, but it didn't survive. And this one is doing its thing out here. These little spiky plants are more millennial onions. To which, if I don't have millennial onions in my pot, I have tree onions or garlic chives. And I just recently started some red onions from seed up there in my Easy Cube. And I will be right back in a minute. This is my flower tower, to which what had happened was I got tired of waiting for my herbs to come out of here. To which these are the herbs that I was waiting to come out. This is lamb's ear. And I dropped a couple of dwarf tomato seeds, to which I didn't know I dropped like that many. It looks like there's 2 of them. And then something else has sprung up, to which I don't know what that is. I'm thinking about pulling it and it's flowering already. I don't know what it is. But it's crowding out my tomatoes and my herb that I have in here. So yeah, I'll probably be taking that out of there. And this is another plant that I got from Growing with Hudson. This is Cuban oregano. I have propagated this and brought some indoors as well because this is not going to come back. I just want to have it out here so it can grow and I can harvest the leaves off of it. But I plan on putting walking onions in here. So this section here will probably be because I have flowers and I filled up this tower with bulbs, to which this is one, and they were lilies and roses and muscari and daffodils, just a bunch of different bulbs, but I don't see none of them coming back. But as I dig around underneath this mulch, I see new bulbs. So I don't know if like they were too young to come back, or they came back and the cold killed them back again. I don't know. But I keep hope alive for them and keep doing what I'm doing, and maybe somebody will poke through. These plants are all from seed in this pot. This is moss rose and a couple of garlic chives that made it over the winter. The moss rose, I just planted some more seeds and I sowed some more in the middle. This is just regular bulb garlic. And apparently, I don't know what type of flower this is, but they are everywhere. I thought they were my sea holly plants, but no, they are not. So I'm gonna have to wait and see what comes of this flower, besides all this cilantro, to which I needed it to flower over here because my grapevine has finally woken up, and I'm happy about that. But these are ground cherries, and I'm gonna remove them once I get a couple of ground cherries off of them, because the main thing in my pot right here is my grapevine. Well, yeah, see, it's everywhere. And this is my dragon egg cucumber that I also want to get big. This is my Wind Down Wednesday dragon egg. Speaking of, I need to water this back here because this is the lemon cuke. Okay, give me about 2.5 seconds, y'all, to get this pot in the back, and I will be back with the chat. I'm going to continue around and down on this side. And I gotta be careful walking down here because I ain't trying to skin my knee. Too old for that. Oh, I did put some hyssop down here, some seeds with my grapevine. And I think that might be some chickweed. Not sure. But this is another millennial onion right here, to which I'm thinking I want to change it out for a tree onion. I would rather have the tree onion over here. But that's another reason that I am also propagating more of my comfrey, because I want to put it around more of my fruit. That way I can just have it already inside of the pot for some chop and drop. And I ain't got to keep planting all these other, well, I'm probably still going to continue to plant my other stuff, but I ain't got to plant as much of it. All right, let me scroll in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Everybody is speaking. Good morning, good morning. Good morning. Hopefully I ain't missing nobody, y'all. Pretty Girl Gardens. Good morning. Thank you for scrolling through. Good morning, y'all. What's going on? I'm out here fertilizing and watering at the same time. It's been dry for a couple of days. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Nisi, the garden rookie. Good morning. Thank you for scrolling through. Getting ready for work and listening. I appreciate your time. Congrats on 2K. Thank you so much. Yes. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Happy Mac. Love that pink lily. Thank you so much. They are fading away. They've been up for a couple of days now, and they only supposed to last a day. But I'm thinking these are the ones that last, what is they called? Asiatic daisies? Yeah. Because I didn't want just the daylily, because I've been tricked. Yes, I have. And that is crazy, because I bought a daylily that I thought was orange. And when it opened up, it was red. I said, wait a minute. I know the pack said orange, but anywho, it didn't come back. And it was the only one that didn't come back, ironically. Like, I don't know what's up with that. But these seeds have not come back either. They were some Aster Rose that I planted over here. And I'm going to pull this spearmint out because I don't like how small those leaves are. I've been researching and I found another variety of spearmint. I want to say it's called Kentucky, and the leaves look much bigger than these. And I started this indoors and I brought it outside, and yeah, the leaves ain't got no bigger. Like, I don't like them. I need some bigger spearmint leaves here. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Anytime, anytime. Chanel loves the garden. Thank you for scrolling through. I appreciate your time. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Cuban oregano sounds interesting. It is. There are a bunch of different varieties of Cuban oregano. This is the common Cuban oregano, and the leaves get huge. They have a variegated, which is the green and the white. And I want to say it's another kind, but I can't think of it right now. But yes, it's very aromatic. I can't pronounce the word, but it's strong. Like Vicks strong. This is a watermelon tower that I just built for a new melon that I want to try, and it has germinated. Finally. I see you. Woohoo. But it fell over, and all the stuff got shuffled around in here, so I wasn't sure if it was coming out, but it has. This is my pomegranate that I propagated and brought back outside, and I'm gonna propagate it again because it struggled trying to come back out here, and I don't want no problems, so I want this pomegranate. It was over 2 feet, yeah, 2 feet tall, and the cold kept tricking it and it was taking it out, so I propagated it, and luckily I did because it took it out, and this is what I got left. So we working on a new pomegranate, and I ain't tripping. This has turned into, yeah, you see him, weeds. I don't use them because those stray cats be over here, but it's a lot of sunflowers and stuff over here. And I've identified a lot of the horse weeds, and I planted onions intentionally. There are a couple of those because they were not my tree onions. They were, what do you call them? Bunching onions. Uh-oh. Hang on, y'all. I'm hooked. Okay. And this is a pot of sunflowers that I intentionally put down here, and they are drier than a bone. Oh my goodness, it's so dry down here. So I came down here just in the nick of time. But yeah, it's a bunch of sunflowers, and it's a marigold back there. Some more sunflowers are coming up. So this whole pot is going to be sunflowers. They are all dwarf variety sunflowers. That's why I have so many in here. They are not going to get any taller than what this one is starting to flower right now. And yeah, let me get them some little extra drink because wow, I did not know they were this dry. And I seen a lot of my leaves were drooping yesterday because I did not water yesterday or anything. So that's another reason I'm adding this kelp and seaweed mixture to reduce some of the stress. And I want to hit some of these plants from this side, but I can't do it because I usually have my chair or my stepping stool out here. So I'm going to have to take the, go back the route that I came and start over here with some of these. And oh no, I done hooked my stick. There we go. But this is a new melon tower that I just built also. This is that rich sweetness melon that I've never tried. So hopefully I get a couple of good melons off of here. And from my research, it says it produces about 2 or 3. So I'm looking for about 4 good melons, at least 4 good melons out of 2 vines, because I did leave both of them. I was gonna pull one and just have one, but I said, nah, I might like them. So, and this bag is extremely dry. It's a fabric pot. And I'm halfway through my mixture here, to which I have a couple of extra gallons over here. So I need to grab those and go ahead and put them in. But I'm gonna hit a couple of more of my plants before I do all of this over here. And crazy thing about this pea plant right here is I don't like them, and I can't remember what the name of the doggone peas is. Like, I had put 4 peas in here, and I called myself putting 2 of these and 2 of those, but I did not label. And that is a pepper in the middle down there, but I didn't label it, and this was the only one that came up, and I don't like it. Like, I would not be growing those peas again. And I can't remember which one it was. That's the crazy part. These right here are more strawberries that I started from seed. And this was another propagation that I brought from indoors. And when I was growing it indoors, the leaves were this size. Brought it outdoors and the leaves are this size. Like, what? Wow. Okay, I see you. Let's grow. And it's starting to put on new growth in the center, which is good. So I don't know if I want to try and bring this indoors, because I have been transitioning my plants to where I don't have any soil indoors any longer. And I'm getting rather comfortable with it. So for me to bring some more soil indoors, I'm just like not really feeling it. Because none of my, well, maybe one or two plants are still in soil, but that's because it's like they've been in soil for years. The pineapple plant, I know for sure that's been in the soil for years. And oh, Miss Shirley, if I could show you my Dracaena that I done chopped up, it has new growth springing out everywhere. I am so happy and excited. And hopefully that top will get some new growth, because it looks like it's getting new growth, but it's looking like it's struggling at the same time. So I don't know, but it's looking good and I'm happy about it, because I was nervous. But I watched me a couple of good videos on it, and yeah, they root very well and fear is over. This was an experimental pot right here. I had a banana growing in the house. It's called a truly tiny banana. And it's been growing in there for a couple of years, and the only thing it's doing is spitting out pups. I'm like, let me get one of these pups and take it outside and see if it'll produce some fruit. So that's what that is. And I didn't think it was gonna come back. So, because I brought it out here when it was cold, all the leaves were brown, black, and it had died back to a nub. So I started putting more seeds in the pot. Yeah. And I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna watch it and see what grows. Over here, I'm gonna have to come over here and get some control of these things, because they are growing all crazy. But this was a wildflower pot that has really grown wild. And I've identified a lot of these flowers to be annuals. And I just put this lavender in here because it was in a small pot. So I moved it over here to a bigger pot because there was hardly any flowers in here. And now that I got the, trying to get to the water. Now that I got the lavender in here, I'm going to remove these plants so they can be chop and drop. And what is that? It's cute. Got a little purple flower on the top. I wonder what that is. Okay, I see the sun coming up. Let me add these 2 gallons of water to my mix, because it's going down. And let me scroll in the chat real quick, because I've been talking for a minute. Scrolling in the chat. Good morning. Tia Drumgo, thank you for scrolling through. I appreciate your time. Mr. Bowtie Life, Triple G, greetings, global gardeners from the heart of old Dustin, where Father's Day brought massive new seeds, starting setups, and dozens of new plants already getting potted up. That's what's up, Dave. Happy belated Father's Day, and hopefully everything is growing well for you now. I am in the middle of fertilizing and watering. Cuban oregano is so, yes, it is, Mike, very strong, and I am happy to have it now. Finally. Everybody is speaking, scrolling in the chat. Looks like Black Eyed Susans. Do they, Kiki? Because how the heck did all these Black Eyed Susan seeds get over here? That one about to come open. I only grew Black Eyed Susans one time, but I don't think the seeds blew anywhere. That is simply wow. Okay, we gonna see. Hey, scrolling in the chat. Everybody is speaking, scrolling in the chat. Congratulations. Thank you so much, Chanel. Gardening with Bernie, thank you for scrolling in. I I appreciate your time. Asiatic lasts longer. Yes, that's why I got those. Because I was like, if I'm going to get some lilies, I at least want to see them more than a day. Because my hibiscus flowers only last for a day. Like, I want to see yours. And typically they be open when I come out in the morning, but towards the evening they are closed. Look at them. Look at those. Hold on, I'm finna see if I can get y'all in closer, because they done tore that doggone deal up. Can y'all see them? It was about 3 or 4 of them, but it ain't no more deal. And I can't zoom back. There we go, because that was too close, haunted. Yeah, them caterpillars, they done tore that deal up. Oh, well, y'all gonna have to wait for some more to grow, because I had to plant some more, because that's Oreo's favorite, too. Let me get a couple of these while I'm over here. Sorry if y'all hear me smacking, but yeah. I'm getting a couple of these because they was just shining all in my face just like this sun, and I gotta get to fertilizing, y'all, or finishing this, because yeah, let me explain what I'm finna say. Because people say you should not be watering when the sun, because it burns your plants. Well, since I've been doing this and the sun has been shining, I've noticed that it's not the water that burns your plants. It's the fertilizer that is in the water. So if you watering, you safe. But if you got fertilizer in your water, that's where the problems come in. And that's just from me, my observation while I'm doing this out here. I'm finna set y'all up real quick while I get this water inside of the bucket for the rest of this fertilizer. And I don't add any more fertilizer. I just add more water. Because in my mind, as long as it's continuing to be brown-ish, there is some in there. So I don't need to add more, because that'll throw everything off. And I need to keep this elevated so it does not drip. Bear with me, y'all. Working in a small space. Working in a small space. All right. And this pot is so dry. It's got greens and cabbages and a pepper plant. And wow, it's got new growth. The reason I said wow is because this is one of those plants that was clowning while it was indoors. So I brought it outside and stuck it in some soil. And it's got new growth. Like, wow, I kind of figured it was going to happen. Well, I was hoping that it was going to happen. So that's what I did. And now that it's happened, I hope it gets some peppers, because it was in the house for 3 months and did not get not one pepper on it. This is the pepper plant. And yeah, it started getting new leaves and everything. It's the habanada. And I remember, because I kept saying, you ain't gave me not a pepper. You about to be up out of here. Know that. And this is where it is, outside. Scrolling in the chat. Got to get the kids to school. Happy growing. Thank you, Kiki. I appreciate your time. Enjoy your day also. Bed calls. I know, Mike. Thank you for scrolling through. I appreciate your time too. Good Wednesday morning. Thank you, Miss JK. Thank you for scrolling through. I appreciate your time. Hello, hello. Everybody is speaking. Scrolling in the chat. Renee Williams, good morning. Thank you for scrolling through. I just added some more water to my Bucket. Scrolling in the chat, scrolling in the chat. Those are butterfly. Yes, ma'am. And they've been out there since they look like poop. Now they are huge. Scrolling in the chat. Beautiful monarchs. They are big, Happy Mac. Scrolling in the chat. What fertilizer are you using? Miss J.K. Gardner, I am using a fertilizer called seaweed kelp. Yeah, because my plants were out here very dry. And that's what I'm on today. Because I know they're going to be stressed out. It's supposed to be raining in a couple of days. If not tomorrow, then it's going to be raining Friday. And I don't have time to wait because my plants are very dry in these pots. This is a red robin tomato, and I've been getting tomatoes off of this since, yeah, it's been out here since April, thugging it out. This and that opal basil has been in the same pot. And I did put a different tomato in here, but it never germinated. Or it germinated and died back. But these tomatoes is okay. I ain't complaining. I started it in my deep water culture buckets indoors. And then I brought it outside once the weather started warming up, which was around the end of April, as a matter of fact, because that was one of my tester plants, because they had changed the what do you call it, the grow zone for the hardiness dates, and apparently I'm moved up or down or whatever you want to call it to 6B. So I'm just gonna say I'm in zone 6, period. But they changed the weather to the hardiness until the end of April, that we can start planting outside. To which it may be true, because I have a lot of plants that did survive, but I have plants that did not survive. To which that's why I planted so many, because I was testing out. Is that a dandelion? Hang on, I gotta get that, because it's already crowded in there and we don't want no dandelions. But I think I see one. Yep. Or what is that? It is not a dandelion, but I can't have it in there because it's enough stuff in here. Oh, could have been a dandelion. But anywho, now what was I talking about? Oh, they changed the zones. Yeah, because I usually wait till after Mother's Day, once the weather starts warming up. But I've been out here since, like I said, the end of April. The only plants that I actually lost was a corn plant, and that's because it wasn't all the way covered up, and some basil died back. But everything else pretty much has been growing good. This is another weed spot right here where I have dandelions and plantain, and this is a okra that I just stuck in here, a seed, because the one that was in there, it was struggling so bad. I just went on and put it out of its misery and put a seed in there. Because I said I might as well go to get some okra now. I've been watching it struggle all this time, and I got a little time. Hopefully it's a short variety or short day okra, because I wasn't paying attention. I just knew that I needed something else in that pot, so that's what I did. And let me go ahead. Oh, there's a purple flower coming out of there. I wonder what that is. I know them is snapdragons. I'm gonna try not to jiggle it, because I know they hanging on for dear life with their fat little self. Wait, can I get it, y'all? Am I getting it? I can't tell because I can't see. The sun is in my eyes. I know my blueberries is dry. I'll be glad when I can prune them back because I see a lot of new growth up top and it look like they hungry. Yes, indeed. Either they hungry or they stressed, one of the two. But I can't prune them until all those leaves fall off and they get cold. Because these grow like crazy. And I want to maintain it in this pot for quite some time. And I really don't have time to hit the pockets of my green stalks. So I'll probably do those last because I need to get these big planters something in there like ASAP. And my smaller ones too, because without watering these smaller ones, and I know they need something at least once a day. This is one of those mystery flowers and some rosemary that I'm trying to see if it's going to be hardy. So I'm going to prune it back again, or should I say I'm going to harvest. That's what I'm going to do because I'm going to be using a lot of rosemary this season. I'm going to harvest that and keep it small until I can find a bigger pot to put it in. This is my persimmons, and it was tricked. It had flowers on this little self, but it dropped all this little flowers and all this little fruit. I had some zinnias pop up in this soil, as well as another ground cherry, to which I'm probably going to pull that ground cherry out of there too, because I got enough of them around here. And I put a piece of this money wort in here. So yeah, I'll be taking out the annual stuff and replacing it with some perennials. And it's looking like I'm gonna have to go grab 2 more gallons of water. Because I need to see my fabric pots dripping from the bottom in order to know that they got enough water. But like I said, I'll probably have to come back for that too because, oh, look at the spider webs. This is another melon tower that I built. I was just waiting on these melons to come up right here, and right here is another one. I don't even know if they the same melons because I had to reseed my pot. This is another one that fell over, so I had to reposition it. And I had new queen growing in here, and then I ran across a new melon called Cahow or something like that. And I dropped one in there also, so it could be one each or 2 of the new queen or just the new melons that I put in there. And look at how pretty this plant is. Like, I had no idea. And only one seed germinated. This is one plant. Look at her. She is so pretty. Like, I can't wait to see these flowers, and they look like it's starting to bud. I want to say this is the balsamic peppermint stick plant. I got some seeds from casings, and only one of them came up. Like, and it's pretty too. I don't think it could have handled as many seeds as I dropped in there. So Maybe the rest of them is waiting because that plant is huge. Huge and pretty. It almost looks tropical. And this bag right here has some wild stuff in it. It has my beef and onion tree. And this is a lion's ear plant right here. And I see that wooded sorrel in there. I'm going to have to get in there and pull that out because I can't have that in there. I read that's invasive. And I don't want it taking over my pots. And I got one, whatever it is. I don't even know what kind of pumpkin or squash. Out of all these flowers, that is the only one that is out of there. Oh, I got a pepper and it is sticking straight up. That is hilarious. I think I better scroll in the chat one good time. But first, let me hit some more of these. And I hope I get some seeds this season. Last season, I don't know what ate my seeds, but something came through and ate all of my nasturtium seeds. I did not get not one. Well, I'm lying. I think I got one, maybe two. But I was mad. Like, don't do that because I need my seeds so I don't have to buy no more. And this is one of Oreo's favorite plants. So, yeah. This is another melon tower that I don't know what melon is going to come out of here. And they look like two different ones also. Because I started a Korean melon in here. Then I found some more melon seeds because I didn't see the Korean melon coming up. To which I can't remember what the other melon seed was. And look at my Edo. Oh, she got 2 good leaves on her. Oh, she got 3 good leaves on her. Thank you, Tigsy. Enjoys Gardening and Life. Sent me them Edos. Yeah, they is doing good, Haunty. And I got one growing indoors as a houseplant also. Yes, I did. I managed to split that corm because it looked like it was a root coming out of 2 directions. And yeah, I started one in the house as a houseplant, so I'm gonna have an Edo indoors as a houseplant. And I need to hit my fig back here. This is one of the figs that made it over the winter. And I pinched the top because I didn't see any activity. And I haven't been back over there to see if any activity is showing up as far as me pinching it. Uh-oh. This is my apple tree. And the only perennial that actually showed up in here was my garlic chives, and they are struggling, to which I don't understand. I probably need to, well, yes, I do. I can see the problem. I'm going to have to get in here and root prune this apple tree because those are roots coming up from that pot. And I only got one good apple on this tree this season. Maybe y'all can see it. I don't know. But I put it in the bag. It's small right now. And the way my watering game is being challenged, I don't think it's going to get any bigger. So I'm thinking I may take it down. I'm going to have a lot of work to do because I done had this apple tree for a couple of seasons, at least 3 or 4. And I've never pruned the tips. I've always pruned the top because I was trying to keep it small. And it's got a lot of these side shoots on here. And from what I was reading about this tree, they should not have side shoots. And mine is pretty thick because, like I said, I've been watching them and fruiting and all kind of stuff. And look how thick that one is. It almost looked like another part of the tree. But anywho, I got to prune it back to where it's just the, I don't know, 1 liter, main leader of that tree. So I got work to do. I don't want to wait till the fall or whenever you're supposed to wait, because it's struggling right now. So that's what I want to do. I keep my eye on it and see if I can hold back or contain myself from doing that. And something is eating my greens. Oh no. Okay, that's crazy, because what could it possibly be? Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out. And all of those are just about open. It is so pretty. And I don't know what this is. Hang on one time. Because I did not plant these. This is like that's a weed for real, but it looked like some kind of strawberry. That's interesting, but this sun is beating me in my face, y'all. Yes, it is. So I'm gonna have to probably call this. This is another plant I haven't gotten any fruit from yet, and I want to say it might be a patty pan. And oh, y'all, it's drooping, baby. I'm finna get in here and get y'all. I think these potatoes are done. Now I know I will not be growing potatoes at the bottom of this green stalk again. But this is my first season learning how to grow this in this green stalk. So yeah, I'm still amazed at all these flowers and only got one of whatever this is. I didn't label it. Ooh, that bird sounded big. And Lord, my doggone tomato tree done fell down and broke it from the weight of the tomatoes. Look at that. It's unfortunate and it's dry. I guess I will be harvesting these tomatoes early. Wow. I can't even pick it up, y'all. I got the camera in one hand and my wand in the other hand, but it is so loaded. It done snapped off and broke down the trellis, because I had it on the trellis. If I wouldn't have looked up and seen that. Okay, well, that just lets me know that I need to get on in here without this good camera. Yes, it does. Sorry about all this spinning, but I'm trying to weave my way up out of here. And I'm gonna have to grab some more water. And I can't see because the sun is in my face. I'm finna scroll in this chat another good time. Uh-oh, hold on. Because I am running into spiderwebs. Oh yeah, it's about a good time. Hey y'all. And I want to take off this hoodie because I'm getting a little warm now. And I can move a little bit faster. So let me scrolling in the chat. Whoa. Uh-oh, sorry y'all. I almost knocked my mic off. Afraid at these bugs. Okay, let me scroll up. I see that. Smash that like. Thank you, Miss Shirley. If you have not clicked that thumbs up or down to let YouTube know how you feel, please do. It helps support the channel. Thank you kindly. Scrolling in the chat. Good morning, best yet journey, Liddy B. Thank you for scrolling through. I appreciate your time. Scrolling in the chat. Set Apart Gardens, good morning. Thank you for scrolling through. I appreciate your time. I just finished wrapping up a fertilizing and a watering. Thank you. The plants are looking nice. Have you put anything in the fence area yet? No, ma'am, Miss Chanel loves to grow or garden because I had to take up my fence, unfortunately, because I'm not ready to plant back there, even though I got a lot of plants up here and down there. Let me spin y'all around one more good time. Yeah, but I had to pull it up because they're doing work back there on the other side at the other apartment, and they be bagging trucks and stuff, and it's so small they got to use my little area also. So once they finish with that, then I'll be able to put my plants up, and I'm gonna go down there and get those. That's just temporary because I needed a walking space up here to get to my plants. And here comes the fertilizer thief. Yeah. But anywho, scrolling in the chat one more good time. Have a blessed day. You too, Dave. I appreciate you scrolling through. Scrolling in the chat. Grow. Thank you for scrolling through. Your plants are gorgeous. I appreciate that. And that's why I'm out here doing what I got to do in order to keep them like this, because I noticed that the leaves were drooping. And yesterday I didn't get out here. Oh, is this done? Oh no, almost. I noticed that my leaves were drooping and everything, so I came out here and gave them some stress relief with the kelp and water mixture. And I am done. Well, I'm not done, but I got to be done holding this good phone because I got more plants and I haven't even made it over here, nor have I done my green stalks yet. Grows. So I think I got that one. Scrolling in the chat. Golden time of day. Thank you for scrolling through. Good morning, Miss Cheryl Norris. Thank you for scrolling through. Who's cat? Chanel, there are like 5, maybe 6 different cats that roam through here on a daily basis. So I could not tell you. And I see, sorry y'all, but I'm distracted because I see tomatoes down here on the ground. And I'm finna get them. Those are the, did I say yellow mandeezy? Some of them are big and some of them are small, but I gotta get them before I finish this because that's disturbing how, I mean, it is just weighted. Like, look how, well, I showed it to y'all. I'm scared to touch it because I don't want the thing to go ahead and snap off. I'm not ready to get it yet. But it's some big tomatoes up here. It's some little tomatoes up here. And I will be harvesting this branch right here with all these. And I guess I'm going to leave them in the house somewhere so they can start ripening up, because I don't know if they were, I mean, they are clustered. Look at that cluster right there. This is a very productive tomato, and it's heavy too. Yes, it is. What kind? Mandeezy yellow or Mandazi, or I can't pronounce the doggone. But yeah, and I'm finna take these down. I want squash, but they breaking my trellises and not producing no squash. They producing a lot of flowers. And I'm gonna quit talking because I keep on going on, and this sun is beating down on my head every time I look around. That's why I get distracted, because that sun just ain't playing this morning. And I'm happy to see it, so I will not complain. Scrolling in the chat. Potavia and blue indigo. I can't see that. Yellow indigo, just dark. Oh, okay, tomatoes, that's what's good. And I see even more strawberries that I can get. All right, y'all. Enough is enough already. Team Replay, if you have made it this far in my vlog, I truly appreciate your time and you scrolling through. Peace and love, my gardening comrades. Heal thyself. It can be done. I'm out. Have a productive day on purpose, y'all.